Bob Lara here. I'm a board member of the Chicago Council of Lawyers, Chicago's public interest bar association. When I was actively practicing law, I specialized in plaintiff civil rights litigation, largely against federal, state, and local government officials. When we talk about policies of the second Trump administration, public debate often collapses two very different questions. Is a policy lawful or is it just? That collapse matters. In the public sphere, it helps legitimize policies that are manifestly cruel and inhumane, which many Trump administration policies are. And it does so by treating legality as a substitute for morality. Let me start right here in Chicago, where the administration's immigration, or more accurately, deportation program, has been particularly savage. Residents have encountered ICE units and residential blocks in public schools. They've suffered warrantless searches and seizures, mass arrests, and confinement in overcrowded, unsanitary facilities. And heartbreakingly, ICE has separated children from their parents. Whatever their legal status, policies that separate children, usually U.S. citizens, from their parents inflict suffering deliberately. That suffering's not accidental. It's cruel by design. Cruelty is the point. Some of these deportation policies here in Chicago and in other cities have been challenged in court. Some challenges have succeeded. Others have failed. But failed challenges establish only one thing, that a policy is lawful. They say nothing at all about whether the policy is humane. In any event, many of the administration's most consequential policies, because they are legal, meaning in compliance with the Constitution and the laws, the federal statutes, are never subject to court review at all. Take SNAP, the nation's principal anti-hunger program. Of its 42 million recipients, most are children, the elderly, and the disabled. Recent legislation cut roughly $186 billion from SNAP over the next decade, removing millions of people, including tens of thousands of people in Chicago, from food assistance. Those SNAP cuts are legal, which explains why they have not been subject to court challenge. But the same cuts are also profoundly inhumane. Or consider PEPFAR, the global AIDS relief program that has saved millions of lives. According to a peer-reviewed study, the continued dismantling of PEPFAR is projected by 2030 to result in about 1 million additional children infected with HIV, 500,000 additional child deaths, and nearly 3 million children orphaned. Again, the dismantling of PEPFAR is legal, but those who defend it are charitably described as morally corrupt. If public debate keeps circling back to legality as the controlling measure of legitimacy, that pattern is reinforced by the administration's celebration of court victories, especially in the Supreme Court, where it has often prevailed, and by the support of the administration's media allies, such as Fox News and increasingly CBS. Those media allies treat those victories as proof of moral rightness. But legality and justice are not the same thing. Law sets minimum constraints. It does not define the moral values that we, meaning our government, should aspire to. Public officials are bound not only by legal text, but by the values that should inspire constitutional government. Human dignity and fairness and compassion and autonomy and truthfulness. The Chicago Council of Lawyers has long insisted on this distinction between what the law permits and what justice demands. Justice Brandeis said the government is a potent, omnipresent teacher. When government acts lawfully but cruelly and then proclaims that legality establishes legitimacy, it teaches that cruelty is compatible with legitimacy. It's not. But the lesson that it is, which is precisely the lesson Trump and his acolytes teach, is one we should not accept, but instead must resist. As to resistance, I'll end with Professor Timothy Snyder's guidance. The answer isn't to do everything, it's to do something.